welcome to International Salon. Today, Office of Global Engagement invited Tiffany Chien, an experienced marketer who currently works in Thailand, and she's going to share her experience across Taiwan and Thailand. And please welcome Tiffany Chien.
Hi everyone, nice to be with you.
Hi Tiffany, how are you?
Good, I'm good.
Could you please introduce yourself to our students?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Tiffany, and my working experience is I used to work in Taiwan for like 5 or 6 years in the advertising agency, and then I came to work in Thailand for 1.5 years now. But the first job I came here is also advertising. Then after 1 year, I decided to change my career path into e-commerce marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am senior marketing manager in the e-commerce company.
Oh, your working experience is very different from what I heard who works in Thailand. Most of them works in manufacturing industry and you work in media field. So what was the opportunity that brings you to Thailand and works in their marketing and media industry?
Okay, so this is really interesting because before I come to work in Thailand, I never came to like visit here, traveling here before. And is that, like I said, I used to work in Taiwan in the advertising agency for 5 or 6 years. It's not like I don't like the job. Actually, the job is super interesting. Like you can get to film the TV commercial and work with the celebrity and like organize events and everything. It's like you're learning things every day. But for 5 or 6 years, you feel like you start to be familiar with your work. So I started to think about maybe I should change the path into different environments. And also because I used to learn French for more than 1 year. So one of my dream list is to stay in France for a while. So I was actually planning to study there and I was preparing my IELTS test and start to look it up my schools and everything. Then my previous company just called me and saying they are opening a new branch in Bangkok and asked me if I want to take this job, like to be the first employee to explore this market. And it's a really practical situation. The question is, because if I go to study in France, I'm gonna spend a lot.
Yes.
But coming to Thailand is like, it's a brand new country I never been before. And also why I want to leave Taiwan is I want to go to a country, it's either English or Chinese speaking country, because I want to throw myself into a totally strange environment and I can grow faster and everything. So Thailand is, it's a great opportunity here, and especially like government is really promoting that Southeast Asia as a new market here.
Yes.
That so I take this job. So that's how I get here because my previous company just assigned me here to work in Bangkok.
Okay. So as working in Thailand, I believe you must encounter some culture shock or other cross-culture experience. Do you remember some interesting things that you can share with us?
Yeah. Of course, there are a lot. That I know for lots of people, Thailand is a great country to come to travel and everything. Like people love to come here. But talking about work is totally a different story. I remember that. So I started working here and I knew nothing. And when I was working with them, because Thai people are really friendly and there's less chance they will turn you down. And so there are some times you try to spend something because there's a language gap, right?
Yes.
And even sometimes they don't really understand or maybe they cannot do it. They tend to say yes or they can first. But after a while, you'll find out actually it's just a polite way to say no and they actually cannot do anything for you. It's the first thing. But on the record is they're super nice. And I'm really grateful for they provide lots of help. And second thing is 5 minutes. Never trust 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes is not really the time you can expect your thing to be done. It's just another way to say please wait. So you can never just just wait for 5 minutes. It always be like 10, 15 minutes or even more. And the third thing is the traffic. Like if you travel here, you will know the traffic in Bangkok is super bad.
Yeah.
But like there's one time I was going to have a meeting and I look it up on the Google map and it says around 30 minutes. So I already go out earlier because I said that there's some traffic. But you guess how long does it take for me to get to the place I'm having?
I'll guess an hour if you're stuck in the traffic. Sounds fair.
No, it took me 1.5 hours.
That's
It's
very
like
late.
crazy. Because in Taiwan, if you're in a hurry, you tend to maybe just jump on taxi because it's the fastest way you can get everywhere. And the traffic in Taiwan is super good. But in Thailand, it's not the case. That you need to be really flexible with that. You need to, okay, so you look it up. That's the route you're going to there.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to take the taxi first to get to a station, and you change the BTS or the MRT to get to somewhere else. And on the intersection, you change the motorbike taxi to go to the destination you want to go. So you need to think about the mix and match. Like, okay, if I encounter traffic, how should I deal with it? How should I have a plan B to have a faster way to get there? Yeah, something like that. Just like, but it's also a fun thing that.
Yeah, it sounds very
just
interesting.
You face something and you find a way to deal with it.
It sounds like you always have an adventure during your life. And
Every day.
yeah, but saying about culture shock, do you have the similar experience while doing your work or while cooperating with your colleagues or something? Or maybe something you think you can share with us or we can learn from?
Yeah. Okay. So I was talking about the experience more of life, but talking about working. So firstly is Thai people are nice, but coming to work is not. I'm not saying they are not friendly, but they can be also really ambitious. And also you need to know that in Bangkok it's really international, and I think they are really competitive as well.
Yes.
That's because I worked in Taiwan for lots of years, and my observation is Taiwanese are actually good at English, but they're afraid to talk, and it's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's just we don't have the environment to speak in English. That's you basically just work with all Taiwanese. But coming to Thailand, of course, it's because I'm a foreigner. But still, that when you walk on the street, you can see there are lots of foreigners, and I'm not talking about just the tourists. It's the people that come to work to live here, and they're from everywhere. Like my roommates, they are from different countries in Europe, and also there are lots of Japanese. Like there's an area full of Japanese, and there's Korean town, and there are a lot of like Taiwanese, and also of course Chinese. So people come from everywhere to Bangkok to work. So I think this is the environment they have, and they need to have the ability to speak in English, even if they are not speaking really well. At least they have the ability to express themselves.
Yes.
Like if you go to a small shop, the auntie, the grandma still can like reply you in some simple words in English. And during the work that I remember the first day I went to, because even my company is from Taiwan, but we need to work with the local agency, which are all Thai people. So I remember the first day I went to the partner agency, is that I saw they are having a meeting across the video call to the regional team, and they are from maybe America or Europe. Yeah, so you need to have the ability to work with multinational countries from everywhere. That's the thing. And Also, I don't know if you know because I work in advertising, so lots of Taiwanese they appreciate the advertising in Thailand a lot, and it's also I think they're really good at this thing.
Yeah, they are
One,
humorous.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is that I don't know if you see some advertising is like super emotional. They're either is super funny, super touching, um, super scary, or something. They're really good at make something emotional and emphasize it and make it really big and make you feel the impact. Like there's a case I used to have that when I was in Taiwan, maybe I would say because the budget is so low. So when I was in Taiwan, I might say, okay, it's not possible you can have like such a little budget to do some TV commercial. But the first case I came here to work with a creative here is that they just make it possible by creative. And we didn't even film it. We just do the animation and make it like cute and funny, and yeah, it just works. And also about the production, like film production, because the production industry in Thailand is super vivid and super professional. And I was lucky enough. I joined a campaign that the TV commercial, the budget is super high. That is like almost $10 million. I mean Taiwanese dollar. And you can see the whole setting is super professional, and like they use the 3D mapping.
Oh,
To
yes.
do yeah. So you see like the whole set is like a museum, interactive museum you can see in Japan, and they just make it super cool, and it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. You see your own work, your TV commercial everywhere. That okay, because I was shooting the TV commercial, right? So the TV commercial is on TV, and it's on the MRT, the BTS, that the subway system, and also it's outdoor. So I remember there's one time I just stand beside the road, like if you know, it's Sukhumvit, the biggest road in Bangkok. I just stand there for maybe half an hour or 1 hour to wait my commercial to come up, and I stand there just record my own commercial. And I feel like, oh yeah, I did it. Like
It's like achieve
amazing.
some kind of goal.
right. And you're alone by yourself in a foreign country, but you still have your work like really happen and make you feel really excited.
So it sounds like Thailand's really international and everything's big, everything's huge. It's something that maybe we cannot imagine because Taiwan is a very small island, and yeah, so it sounds like it's a very international country to stay. So
Yeah, so like you say, focus about the size, that because the population in Taiwan is 23 million, right? But in Thailand, the population is almost 70 million. And also like one of my clients, they use a presenter, and she's a superstar. So talking about superstar, she has followers around 8.5 million. Maybe you don't have the concept like how many of the followers is it. Let's do a comparison. Is
okay.
Everyone knows Jolene.
Yes.
IG.
Yes. The superstar.
How many followers she has on IG is around 4 million. So it's more than 2 times. The followers is like twice of Jolene size. Yeah.
Wow.
So you see the size.
The
is
size.
kind of different.
Yeah, that's true. So as Thailand is a very international country, but after working and living there abroad, do you think is it gonna change what you think about Taiwan? Like your homeland, personally, I mean, do you have do you have any thoughts about Taiwan?
Yeah, of course. I think that is because I have lots of friends. They are working abroad, and I think we all have a common, a mutual idea is that we love Taiwan even more. That because you come to a foreign country and you see different things, and you have different perception on this, and it's that you tend to see even more goodness in your own country. that like people that, of course, we all know that Taiwanese are friendly. But
Yes.
coming to a foreign country, you appreciate even more than what you're from, and the culture there, and the environment there is so safe, and like you just love everything. And every time I went back to Taiwan, I feel like a vacation, and you know, just walk on the street, you feel like, oh, I feel so good. I'm in Taiwan right now. So yeah, instead, of course, coming to Thailand, you see lots of things you think you can learn.
Yes.
But you just feel like, yeah, I want to someday definitely. So why I leave Taiwan is not because I don't like Taiwan. It's even actually I love Taiwan. But I feel like I should jump out of the comfort zone and learn something. And one day, definitely, I will go back with lots of knowledge and all the things I learned from outside.
So, so as you said, you jump out the comfort zone and make yourself into the unknown country and the adventure. So, do you have anything else that you'd like to suggest or encourage our students to?
Yeah, good. So when I was a student, I never imagined that I will come to work in Thailand.
Yes.
It is just life is interesting. But it's also by your choice. There's no right or wrong, like correct or incorrection. It's just how you perceive your life. For me, is that I think that there are a lot of things I learned from the things after that I feel difficult to deal with, and I never imagined that I can do it. But when I start to try, I start to deal with it. It always turns out that I actually have the ability, and I actually can do more than I thought. Like I love hiking, and I used to cycling around Taiwan. Is that when you're on the process to do something, you feel it's painful, and you feel like, okay, I cannot reach the end. But you're on the path, and maybe you're slow or something, but you never stop. That you just deal with everything happening in front of you, and eventually you'll be there. And when you turn back to see the path you walk by, you'll feel like, oh, there's something I used to think is so difficult, but it turns out to be, wow, now it's just a piece of cake. So you see yourself really growing. And actually, there are some things used to be painful, and now you see that it's kind of, funny and everything. And there are lots of also the precious moments you can have during this path. So I think that's also why I choose to leave Taiwan, because Taiwan for me is safe, it's a comfort zone. So when you get into a strange environment, that is kind of stimulates your ability to do lots of things, to make you learn even more, to break what you used to have, what you used to think, and to start to have more space to learn about it. So I think it's a good thing, and I encourage all the youngsters that if you have the opportunity, definitely you can jump out, go to some place you never imagined you can be. And I believe you must have something lots of things to learn. And I hope we can all learn a lot and come back to Taiwan to make the country even better.
Right. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Tiffany Chien, sharing her very wonderful and adventurous life to us. And thank you. And this is the end of our interview. Thank you again. See you soon, Tiffany.
Bye.
Bye.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ